today. It is snowing. Snowing. Why? Why is it snowing? I don't know. It's only November. It's not even Thanksgiving, and it's snowing. Why? And again, why? Well, I don't know. Well, there's some things I wanted to talk about. A few things that, things that you really need to be concerned about to make your money last in retirement. And after doing some Googling, some researching, these were the things that not just appealed to me, because I don't think anything negative really appeals to me, but I think you have to be aware of all these things so that you can maybe, in a way, take the weight off of yourself for spending in the retirement years, which I haven't actually gotten to yet, but I'm thinking ahead. So the number one thing, maybe I should do this back from 7, because the number one thing is my biggest problem. So let's start with the number 7. Number 7 problem is lack of liquidity. So let's say you have all your money tied up in real estate, or all your money tied up in things that give you penalties when you withdraw it. You do need to have different buckets of money. Now, right now, I don't have any buckets of money, as we've already discussed. I do have a plan going forward. I am talking to some financial folks this week. I will be starting to invest along with my husband come this January. And I don't think I'm going to be retiring in 5 years. I think it's going to be more like 6 or 5.5, something like that. So I should have a good chunk of change down in addition to my house. So I've got the house, and then the chunk of change, and then my pension and Social Security. But you should have liquid assets. And yeah, I think you should have a good amount in savings set aside for the emergencies, so that you're not trying to dip in and pay those penalties or sell that real estate at the last minute for some unforeseen emergency. And again, it's unforeseen. You can come up with a million different scenarios. It could be a health scenario. It could be a devastating tornado scenario. I don't know. It could be just about anything. But you need to have some liquidity. So don't put all your eggs in that one basket and say, well, that's going to be, that's going to be my nest egg, so to speak. You've got to have it different places. Because that comes to number 6 to me. Don't put your eggs all in one basket. I plan on diversifying. I do want to be edgy with my investments, because I only have a couple of years, and I know my husband will go safer, and that's fine. But I feel like I need to make the best return possible, so that I have the best buildup of equity. Now, I'm looking at the long-term. Results for these different funds, and also the short-term results. And if they both look good to me, that to me seems rather safe. Maybe I'm wrong or foolish, but that seems rather safe to me. Number 5, real estate investments. A lot of people get into real estate investments because they think, wow, that'll be a good passive income. Rent comes in, I just sit around and collect it, and it's fine. If you've ever been a landlord, and I have, that's not always the case. There are so many things that can go wrong with a house. If you've ever owned a house, And just because it's a rental doesn't mean it's any different. In fact, it's usually worse, because people who rent tend not to take care of a house the way that a homeowner would. And even if they take care of it perfectly, stuff happens. also needs to think about the rate of return and watch the numbers before you even jump into that. So have a good head on your shoulder before you jump into real estate. Number 4, I don't think I'm going to have this problem. They talked about enabling adult children. My 4 adult children are all doing fine. 2 are doing extremely fine. One is a doctor. And the 2 that are doing extremely fine make more than I do. So, hooray! Yay for them. I'll be living on their back lawn when I retire in a tiny house or a shed or maybe a tent. I don't know. But anyway, they're doing great. The other 2 are getting along, leading the life they want to live. So I do not foresee myself helping or enabling my kids to do anything because I have given them a good foundation. I raised them well. Number 3, long-term care. Yeah, this can put a monkey wrench in anybody's retirement plan. And I know there are long-term care plans out there, and I do need to look into them because that is something that can be a good investment. I had a friend whose husband was in long-term care for over 10 years, so it can be a significant expense. And if you have the insurance, that will take your mind off of it. I don't know the cost of it. It may be cost prohibitive. I don't know for me because with my income and my low amount of savings that I'm planning to have, I'm not sure that I can do all of that, but it's certainly something I'm going to look into because, again, long-term care can just blow your retirement apart. Because this gets to another topic, number 2, that can really throw a sticky wicket into your retirement nest egg and plans for all your money, is either something happening with your spouse. Either you split up or you divorce. So before you plan to have both incomes coming into the household and now you just have your income, yeah, that's way different. Or in the way that life happens, perhaps your spouse dies. That's not something I want to think of, but I have to think about it because if my spouse dies, would I be able to survive on what I have, pension, Social Security, and all that, and whatever savings I have. You need to look at all those numbers and make sure that works for you. And here is number 1, is impulsive spending. Yeah, I'd love to say that's not me, but I like to gamble. In the present, I have a lot more control. Do so that you can plan ahead, think about these things, look into all the costs. I think in another video I will show you all the different insurances I have right now. I have insurances for disability and accident and cancer and yeah, because I think it's important at my age to pay for that stuff, because it's likely something's going to happen. Something. To one of us. Nobody wants to look at it that way, but it's a definite possibility. So, I'm someone that likes to be the good Girl Scout and be prepared. Are you prepared? Tell me in the comments below how much you have thought about these types of things. Have you thought about not just how to prepare for retirement, but the things that could go wrong in retirement, the pitfalls? So leave me a comment, like, subscribe if you can. Leave a comment below. And know that I'm just so appreciative of the people who have subscribed already. And I am committed to continuing making this retirement journey with you guys and decluttering my house along the way so that I can get to a place of peace. Bye for now. It's been snowing all day. You really can't see it looking out into the yard. You can see it hitting the trash can. So yeah, there were much bigger flakes earlier in the day.